My thoughts is that life is a race and it's a competition. Sir, if you not race with the fast growing generation, then you will lag behind and face the consequences.
What are the consequences?
Sir, I mean the consequences means, sir, if we not compete with sir, in the students' lives, if we not compete with the students, then sir, we will not get a proper job and this.
Then what will happen?
Sir, in jobs, sir, we not get a status.
So then what will happen?
Sir, status, it means the consequences.
Right, you won't have a status. So what will happen?
Sir, if you not got status, sir, then sir, in satisfaction.
You will be dissatisfied. If you don't compete, ultimately you will be dissatisfied, right?
Sir, we are studying to get some.
Talk about yourself. Keep that word "we" apart.
Yes, sir.
Ultimately, you are saying you will be dissatisfied.
Yes, sir.
But you are anyway dissatisfied even right now. What has competition given you so far? You are anyway dissatisfied even right now. Are you satisfied right now? So the worst that can happen to you if you don't compete is anyway already happening. Are you getting it? All your life you have been competing, right? And you are still dissatisfied. And you are saying if we don't compete, then this will happen and that will happen. Ultimately we will be dissatisfied. You won't be dissatisfied. You are dissatisfied. And you are dissatisfied after years of competition and competition. Dissatisfaction is what competition has given you. When competition has given you dissatisfaction, how can the same competition take away dissatisfaction? A dissatisfied mind, a restless mind, is the product of competition. How can a competitive mind ever be at peace? You know what is it to compete with others? It means that I am always looking at others. I am always worried, always concerned about what everybody else is doing. It doesn't matter to me where I stand, what I am doing. What matters more is what is everybody else doing. And when you say, I'm running a race, remember a race can be run only when everybody is in the same track or adjacent tracks. Now, is your track the same as her track? Is it possible? And the track that we are talking of is life. Right? When you say the race of life, then the track is life. Can your track be the same as her track?
But it's a competitional era, sir. Without competition, sir.
Who told you that this is the era of competition and there were other eras which were not competitive? Those who had to compete, competed always, even 1000 years back. 5000 years back, people were competing. And those who don't have to compete, don't compete. Not now, not at any other point in history. Who told you that this is a special era where you have to be competitive? And I must talk about this because this is something very firmly, deeply rooted in our minds. People come to you and say, competition ka zamana hai. This is a very competitive age. This is not a specially competitive age. The mind has been like this always. The mind has always been like this. People have always been competing. People have always been stupid. There is nothing special that is happening in this century. Nothing special. Brothers have been competing for the throne and killing each other. You've heard all these stories, right? People had always been competing. Competition is a very general disease of the mind. It's not a new disease. It has always existed. Always existed. So anybody who tells you that in this age you need to compete does not know what he's talking. The diseased mind was always competing, always. My son should be more glorious than your son. My son should get the throne. So send Ram to the jungle. Was this not competition? My empire needs to be bigger than your empire. Was this not competition? The human mind has always been competing and always suffering. Always suffering. And those who didn't have to compete never competed. The temple that I build should be bigger than all other temples. Even my tomb must be more fantastic than other tombs. I should have more queens than anybody else. How many queens do you have? 60? I'll have 600. There should be more horses with me than with anybody else. More money. Man has always been competing. Right since the ancients. Who told you that this is a new affliction? Even animals compete. They kill each other. Two males will fight. They'll compete for one particular female and they'll kill each other. Have you not seen that? Two dogs going after one bitch and the dogs are fighting and competing. What else is that? Both are writing an entrance exam. It's actually an entrance exam in the very physical sense. Even small creatures, rabbits, they compete absolutely fiercely. Over their territory, they'll spray urine and other stuff so that no other rabbit comes there. My territory, my female, don't touch her. She's my girl. And you are saying this is a competitive age? Competition is a very raw thing. It hasn't ripened today. It's been continuing. And anybody and everybody who does not have self-awareness is bound to be competitive. To be competitive means that the world is very, very significant for me. The world is more significant for me than my own self. The world matters more than I do. To be competitive means that to beat him is more important than what I am doing. And ask yourself, in the really important matters, do you still compete? You are in love, you are hugging your girlfriend. Do you say that the neighbor hugs her girlfriend for 2 minutes, I'll hug you for 3 minutes, I'm competing, I must be number one? Do you do that? He went on his first date at the age of 19. Now I'm 18 and a half, so I must hurry up. Let me find some girl. Hello, you there? Are you ready? I have to break a record. But then that's what a competitive mind is. It does not worry about its own life. It's more concerned about what others are doing. Everybody is running that race. Everybody is in that track. I must also be in the same track. Without knowing what that track is, just because everybody is doing it, so let me also do it. You know the stupidity of a competitive mind. There was this fellow who said, I'll make a fool of everybody. So he goes to the marketplace and he says, a particular marathon has been organized, and whosoever runs the fastest for 10 kilometers and reaches that point there, he'll get a special reward. So everybody starts running. He makes a fool of hundreds of people and they are going towards that, running for 10 kilometers. So first he laughs, then he also starts running. And why does he start running? No, not to see. He says, when everybody is running, I must also run. After all, it's a competition going on. That's how stupid you can be in competition. When everybody is doing this, even though I know that they are being made a fool of, I myself have made a fool of them. But because everybody is doing this, let me also do it. And let me run faster than them. Because how can I afford to be left behind? Everybody is running. Let me also run. Everybody is riding the cat. Let me also ride. Everybody has a girlfriend. Let me also have a girlfriend. I was wondering, so many of you are connected to me on Facebook. And so when I need a little bit of entertainment, I start surfing your profiles. What do you do there? And what I see is that so many of the males would write in their status committed or in a relationship, this and that. And none of the girls do that. So then I asked myself one day, if the girls are not in a relationship and all the boys are in a relationship, with whom are they having a relationship? With each other? But it is so necessary. Your best friend is shouting to the whole world, I am in a relationship, and that means I have a girl now. So I must also have that at least as my status. At least some people will be fooled that I have not been left behind, that I am also in the race. And 2-3 months later, that stupid thing, 14th of February, will come. So there was a Samvad on 14th of February. You know that day, right? What is that? Yes. It used to be Saint Valentine's Day, and he was such a divine figure, but today it has been reduced to something. So, that day the attendance in Samvad was very thin. I asked them that, where are the others? They said, you see sir, today is Valentine's Day, how can people come? I said, you alone are the unfortunate ones, you don't have a partner. They said, sir, even they don't have a partner. I said, why have they not come? They said, if they will come, everybody will know that they don't have a partner. So just to proclaim to the whole world that we have somebody and today we are celebrating with her, they won't come here. It's a race, you see. I'm 22. I must have somebody. Too bad. Absolutely ridiculous. The developed world was suffering from a deluge of teenage pregnancies. It was used to be a big issue in the United States and other countries. Now they are somehow able to control it. And one of the primary reasons was girls used to feel very embarrassed. My God, I'm 17 now and still a virgin. She is just 15, my younger sister, and she has had it. And I'm 17, I'm losing out in the race. Life is a race and you must compete. Or did you train her? Man can go absolutely foolish when competing. In fact, only foolish people compete. And it's not about teenagers or people who are 25. Look at people who are 45 and 55 and 85. Look at the way they live. My house must be higher than your house. What? You gave 1 crore in dowry? Only that much? Ha, beggar. I'll give 1.5 crores. And all the happiness evaporates when the third person gives 2 crores. This 1.5 crore has gone absolutely down the drain. He gave 2 crores in dowry. I have fallen in my own eyes. Somebody pick me up. And nations. At one point in time, the United States and the USSR together had a nuclear stockpile which could destroy the earth not 1 but 10, 20, 100 times over, competing with each other. What? You have 8,000 nuclear weapons? I'll have 8,500. 8,500. What do you think? We can't produce 1,000 more? Next year you see, we'll have 9,000. And together the amount was sufficient to destroy the earth 100 times. Now, how can you destroy the earth 100 times? 1 time is sufficient. But such is the madness of competition. I'm competing. I have a long car, but I want to sell that car now because my neighbor's car is longer. The day I look at this car, every day, I feel a deep pang of suffering here. Such a small car. It is smaller than an auto rickshaw. Because the neighbor's car is longer. You have no understanding of who you are. You have no realization of what you want to do. Why must you look at others? Why must you run down the same track? Why can't you have something individual? And whosoever is an individual walks down his own path. So there can be no competition. You are the only one walking down that path. How can you compete? It is my own individual path. There is nobody else here. How can there be any competition? How can there be any competition? You can compete only in a crowd. Why to be part of a crowd? And whenever you are competing and being a part of a crowd, remember, your way will be cluttered. And whenever you walk a road of your own, you will meet no traffic. Because you are the only one in that road. So there will be no traffic. Isn't that beautiful? I am the only one who is walking this path. No competition, no traffic, no obstructions. Just joy and aloneness. If you must study, study because studying is beautiful. If you study because you want to get more marks than your friend, then you don't know what study is and you don't know what friendship is. All right.